I've instructed my lawyers to sue the faceless Australian. We have already written to track him anywhere so that our lawyers will get to him. Definitely, I've already instructed my lawyers on that. Therefore, yes, I'm going to sue him. Of course, the FEC leaders, you know, I am very disappointed with Oyogun. This was my man 3 days ago begging me. After I left APC, he came to my house begging me that I should not leave the party. Now he goes to the press to say that I am never wanted in the APC. You can see what kind of leaders we have in this country. I will sue the Australian, and also in return he said he was referring to the statement accredited to the Australian. Therefore, the right thing to do is to sue the Australian, if he existed. And if he ever existed, because I'm worried that I hired you to give me a report, and if it is truly he's been, as he claimed, he was truly hired by the federal government, the first place to give his report is the federal government of Nigeria, or even the media in Nigeria, not through a telephone call to third-rated media house, which is also owned by the same owner of the paper, this day newspaper that carried the story. You can see it is clearly that there's something really not right. Not only that, come to think of it, listen to his press interview. He said 3 things. First, he said he was being hired by the federal government. Secondly, he jumped quickly to say that my government was a corrupt government, that I should be prosecuted by the EFCC. Thirdly, he quickly jumped in another press interview to say that no, the leadership of the APC are not members of Boko Haram. I mean, you can clearly see that it's all a charade. There is absolutely no basis. Any right-thinking person will know where he's heading to. First and foremost, I don't have a ECOMOG. Every political parties in Nigeria have a youth wing. They call them different names. But even if you think that it's a political tax, whose political party? How many parties are in Nigeria? Every party has a political use. All the states that are operating. So therefore, where does it become a political use of Ali Sharif? Does Ali Sharif own all the parties in Nigeria? There are over 15 political parties that went to election. Do I own all of them? So even if you say it is, let's assume that there are youth wing inside. Could it be that, are they mine? In Borno State, even where I ran an election, there are about 15 political parties that went for that election. You know, secondly, by the conviction and the motive of oppression of these people, they are also against even politics itself. Therefore, how does it make sense for you? Somebody who is against politics will be the one that will be against also Boko Haram. First and foremost, let me correct you. let me correct you first. Jerry Husseini denied this allegation in widely published newspaper that he has ever said that. He denied it immediately. It was carried. 2 days after all the papers carried that he has never said anything like that. Number two, how could I know who Boko Haram is working for when they're after my life? So I couldn't have been know any Boko Haram. If I know them, I wouldn't have been the target. Thank you. Why not? Huh? Why don't you? Thank you very much for your question. I want you to understand that I ceased to be the governor of Borno State in May 2011. Therefore, whatever happens after May 2011, I wouldn't have been the best person to answer this. If you know the governor of Borno State, the governor is there, then this question should have been posed to him because I've left government then. Thank you.
Thank you very much. My name is Yub. Members of parties becoming Boko Haram, whether it is whether it was start, because now it's the matter of.
At no time have I ever become a spokesperson for the APC. Number two, I've never been a national chairman of the APC. Neither am I the secretary of the APC. But in my capacity as a politician, my personal assistant issued a press statement that condemning Muslim ticket in Nigeria will never be accepted. I did that. Therefore, I couldn't have spoken on behalf of the APC. But if there's anything to be answered, it should be APC leader. Aren't you curious why all of us are leaving? There must be a reason. We are leaving the party. So many people are leaving the party. There must be a reason. So I think you are in a better position to ask the APC leadership than asking me this question. Thank you very much. Thank you. Let me, first and foremost, I said, Mohammed Yusuf, I want to tell you clearly that Mohammed Yusuf was captured by the military. He was never brought to my office. And it was the military that invited me. And you are at liberty. The general that captured him is still alive. General Saleh Maina, you are a journalist. You are free to go and ask him whether he was ever brought to my office, contrary to what people are writing. Number two, if Jerry have said that, I wish him to avail his evidence to Nigerians. Let him give his evidence. I am prepared to face any panel in the world. So if people are deliberately writing stories for their personal reasons, they are at liberty. There is a press freedom, and they can write, and they're so powerful that nobody can fight them. Therefore, I will not join issues, but I stand to be corrected. Yusuf was never brought to my office, and he was captured by the military. I am telling you as somebody who has been in position to speak because I was the governor then. And there is people who can, the man that in question, General Saleh Maina, is a general of the Nigerian army. He led the operation and he's alive. You can go and ask him. It was all the imagination of writers, sponsors, people. I wish if I know my brothers will not be killed, if I know my family will not be killed, if I know my friends will not be killed. Yes.
Your Excellency,
Yes.
having clarified your position,
Yes.
my question is, what was your business with the State Security Service about 1 year ago when you were invited?
Sorry?
You were invited at a point about a year ago, you were invited by the SSS,
Yes.
the State Security Service.
Yes.
What transpired between you and the service?
I want to tell you, my invitation to State Security Services has absolutely nothing to do with Boko Haram. And it has nothing to do with what you are insinuating. As very recently, another question was asked when I was coming out of the presidency. One of the pressmen asked me, he said, what am I coming to do in the presidential villa? Presidential villa or SSS is a security outfit for the public of Nigeria. You are free, whether you are invited or your own volition. And I also want to tell you, I want to tell you that I was there on my own, and it has nothing to do with Boko Haram.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Yes.
I respected you as a former governor and a major stakeholder.
Yes. Last week, I spoke on a radio and I wrote on the newspaper my position on the Chibok girl. And it is not fair for me to be continuous speaking on what I have spoken before. Thank you. Yes.